Good morning. I would like to present fostering autonomy in our students. This is for my Master in English Language Teaching Autonomous Learning Environments from Universidad de La Sabana. Teachers wonder how to develop autonomy in our students. But first, it's important to recognize what autonomous means. Holly defines autonomy as the ability to take charge of one's own learning and attribute to the learner. By other hand, Dickinson defines autonomy as the situation in which the learner is totally responsible for all the decisions concerned with his learning. Now the question is how? Well, here I brought to you 6 steps to keep in mind at the time we plan a lesson to develop autonomy. The first I call goal setting. Shows that first we have to define a goal before starting a lesson. It has to have one's purpose and make a commitment for learners. Goals follow 4 steps. First, it has to be motivating. Second, it has to have a focus of learning. Third, self-efficacy, which according to Bandura, it says people believes in their capabilities to exercise control over their functioning and over events that affect their lives. And finally, promotes self-evaluation, which is the process or an instance of assessing oneself and weighing up one's achievement, according to Collins Dictionary. So in that sense, the goal has to be achievable and very clear for the students and for teachers. The second step to keep in mind is teamwork and collaboration. Michael Fullan says that learning is the driver, technology is the accelerator. Sometimes it's hard for us to know how our students are participating because of the time or because of the amount of students. So that's why I said that we can make use of different sources in technology or in the web to make it possible. Benefits of teamwork and collaboration: encourage students to work together, build assessment strategies, and push students to collaborate. COFA Online. Some tools we can find in the web to make it possible are blogs, Wikio, and Huddle. You can search in them and try to include them in classes. The third step is called Autonomy and ICTs. Milton says that the students can teach themselves. And here I am going to join those 2 citations, which says, the digital learner is free to find bits of knowledge, but he has been disposed of all knowledge which is now stored online. So we have to think about our role as a facilitator, as Roger mentions, because they can find tons of information in the web, but how we are going to guide them in finding good resources to make their task effective. Number 4, ethics in technology. It's essential educators are not only aware of some of these ethical matters, but to understand how to prevent possible unethical actions in the classroom. It's not just using the technology, but how make a good use of it. We have to promote netiquette, which means all the etiquette we have to have in internet. We have to make them aware of respecting copyright of authors in order to avoid plagiarism. And the new challenge for us as teachers is to avoid cyberbullying. Okay, once we have finished or we have taken into account the 4 last steps, I invite you to watch this video, which is a new model and is a good way to promote autonomy in our students.
The flipped classroom is a new method of teaching that is turning the traditional classroom on its head. Every day, thousands of teachers deliver the exact same lesson in class to millions of students. Every night, millions of students sit over the exact same homework, trying to figure out how to solve it. The flipped classroom is turning this upside down. Traditionally, students listen to lectures and take tests in class, and read textbooks and work on problem sets at home. In flipped teaching, students first study the topic by themselves, typically using video lessons on YouTube, and then apply the knowledge by solving problems and doing practical work in class. Modern schools who flipped their classroom report many benefits. 1. It allows all students to learn at their own pace, as videos can be watched again. 2. It's more efficient, as students enter the classroom prepared to contribute. 3. It enriches the classroom, as more time can be spent on group work and projects. 4. Doing homework in class allows students to help each other, which benefits both the advanced and less advanced learners. Flipping also brings changes for teachers. Traditionally, teachers engage most with the confident students who ask questions. Flipping allows teachers to target the students who really need help, instead of just those who are confident. Also, instead of instructing from the front, teachers guide on the side. This allows them to work more closely with individuals or small groups. Teachers that are not great presenters can use third-party videos to explain the concept and focus on methods of teaching that suit their style, such as project work or experiments. Once video lectures are made available online, teachers don't need to give the same lecture over and over again. Again, they gain more time to focus on the needs of their class. Many scholars also argue that the flipped classroom model promotes equal learning opportunities, as all kids get the same attention when doing their homework. Currently, kids with caring parents, older siblings at home, or expensive private tutors have a clear advantage over those who don't. Let us know what you think. If you were a teacher, tell us if this model will be possible in your classroom. If you were a student, let us know if you would prefer learning in a flipped classroom.
Okay, once we have watched the video, so I ask you teachers what reflections you have about it. Can we make it possible in our classes? Okay. And finally, everything has to have an assessment. But I invite you to make an assessment a little bit different. Remember that our kind of assessments were summative, right? Like to make quizzes, evaluations, but at the end, we don't know exactly if our contents were really understood. So, in our new age, it's different how we see the student, the learner, and how we assess them. So Griffin mentions 4 ways or 4 issues to see and to assess our students. The first one is ways of thinking. So we must know about creativity and innovation, promote critical thinking and problem solving, decision making in our students. Second, tools for working. In this At this time, we keep in mind information literacy and ICT literacy. Number 3, ways of working. How our students communicate, and we have to promote collaboration and teamwork, as we saw before. And finally, ways of living in the world. How we as teachers are making them aware of the world where they will live, promoting our students to be a citizenship, local and global, life career, and how to make them responsible in a society as a person and as an individual. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed and you have taken many more ideas about how to implement or how to promote and foster autonomy in our classes. I would like to show you one tool that you can use using ICTs. Okay, imagine that we are gonna teach a session related to theories about the origin of the earth. But I don't have too much time in my class, so that's why I'm gonna make like a kind of learning activity. So first, I set a goal where my students can recognize what they have to do. Students will be able to distinguish the characteristic of the 3 most relevant theories about Earth's existence and make a debate in class. The first activity they have to do, they are going to find the different readings where they are going to find information. So here, the teacher is going to post which activities they should do. The first is read the 3 theories and write down your most relevant comments. Second, they are going to make a chart to write similarities and differences among those 3 theories. And third, choose one of the theories, find more information about it, and prepare a position for the class debate. Write your ideas in the forum, participate actively in your classmates' posts, using expressions like, I agree, I don't agree with you because. And I have also included the forum. Defend the arguments to present in the debate and use references for your work. So in that way, I am promoting teamwork and collaborating, besides of reading comprehension, finding sources in the web, and also my students came to my class prepared for a debate. And that's the final part, the assessment. Okay? Think about, it's just one idea of how we can promote that autonomy in our class, and how can we be better teachers with more time to have in the class. Thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed and learned a little bit.